What's up, everyone? It's Scotty with MoneyVest. So today we are going to be talking about Chipotle Mexican Grill, and this is a stock that has performed incredibly well. It is one of the biggest positions for Pershing Square Bill Ackman, and we're going to do a complete fundamental analysis, an updated analysis on this stock to better understand what's the appropriate intrinsic value of this company, whether this is a stock worth buying at these levels or selling or holding. What is the plan with this company? As always, if you enjoyed this video, find it helpful, make sure that you drop a like. I would really appreciate you subscribing to the channel, and links to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below if you're interested in joining. Of course, getting access to all the members-only private videos. I've extended the 16% annual discount for a couple more days and opened up 5 more spots if you're interested in joining and being a part of our MoneyVest community. So links going to be down below. We'd love to have you on board. So when it comes to Chipotle, as we already know, they've got a lot of different Mexican food items. So burrito bowl, lifestyle bowl, quesadillas, salad, tacos, kids meal, chips and sides, and of course drinks as well. I love Chipotle. I love Mexican food. Honestly, like I could eat Mexican food any day of the week. And I love quesadillas. I love tacos. I love burritos. Like I literally love. There's a place back in India called California Burrito. And in my place, like I literally 2-3 times a week, I order from that place. It's just absolutely incredible how much I love Mexican food. So Chipotle is definitely at the top of my list every time I'm visiting my friends over in the US. So comparison of 5-year cumulative total returns, Chipotle has definitely performed really well compared to the S&P 500 and the nasdaq over the last 5 years. And this right here are going to be their announcements as of October 2023. So we do have the new earnings season for fourth quarter 2023 getting started now very soon. Towards the end of January, early February, we're going to have the brand new earnings season get started. But this right here are the highlights from Chipotle for the third quarter. So total revenue increased by 11% to over $2.5 billion. Comparable sales were up 5%. Operating margin was up 16%. That's an increase from 15.4, so about 90 basis point increase. And we did have operating level, restaurant level margin. Operating margin was 26.3%, increase of about 100 basis points. And diluted earnings per share, so diluted EPS was $11.32. That's 23% increase from $9.20. So very, very nice, consistent increase from the company. And this right here is going to be the 3 months ending in September 30th. So again, revenues, profitability, very nice growth in EPS to $11.32. That's up from $9.20 as well. Now, when it comes to the outlook for the entire 2023, they are expecting fourth quarter and full year comparable restaurant sales growth in the mid to high single digit range, so about 5 to 8%, and 255 to 285 new restaurant openings, including 10 to 15 relocations to add Chipotle, which assumes utility construction and permit inspection delays do not worsen. That's kind of like the assumption they're making. And estimated underlying effective full year tax rate of 25 to 27%. And for 2024, the management is anticipating the following: 285 to 315 new restaurant openings, and of course, considering that there are no other delays related to construction and, of course, utilities and whatnot, other delays. Now, Chipotle currently operates roughly 3,200 restaurants in the US, Canada, Europe, UK, France, and Germany. Management believes that the North American market alone can potentially hold up to 7,000 Chipotle locations. This implies a significant expansion opportunity beyond the current footprint as well. So it's a very, very big brand, and basically what they're looking to do is almost double in terms of their footprint when it comes to Chipotle locations. The TAM estimates, which is a total addressable market, based on the above factors, various sources estimate Chipotle's TAM in the range of $50 to $100 billion in the US alone. And expanding internationally and diversifying its offering could further expand the TAM for the company as well. Now, when it comes to the overall revenue, they are expected to grow from about $3.2 billion, or they have grown from $3.2 billion to almost $9.5, almost $10 billion for the company, and gross profit from $1.2 billion to $3.8 billion for the business as well. So very, very strong growth in revenue, very strong growth in gross profits. And of course, we got operating income that's gone from $539 million to over $1.5 billion. So very nice, consistent growth in revenue, profits, operating income, profitability in general. This right here is going to be net income. So $327 million going to over $1.1 billion for the company. So very nice, consistent growth in profits. And shares outstanding have gone down from 31.3 million to now 27.8 million shares outstanding, with diluted earnings per share also growing from $10.47 to now over $42 per share. So they have done, again, an incredible job in growing revenues, growing profitability, growing margins, growing earnings, and basically buying back shares over the years. Now, balance sheet is okay. We've got a good current and quick ratio. Debt to free cash flow is a little bit higher at over 4. Total cash of $1.45 billion with total debt sitting at over $21 billion. So, of course, the company does have a lot of, actually, the total debt is sitting $4 billion. So the company definitely does have a positive net debt of $2.5 billion at the moment. So balance sheet's not the best. And of course, what's even worse is the valuation. 55 times earnings. Price to sales a little bit over 6. Price to cash flow at over 32 to 34. So these are definitely some very expensive numbers when it comes to the valuation for the company at the moment. This right here is going to be those margins. So very strong, very solid margins at over 19% EBITDA margins, 12% net income margin, gross profits over 40%. Free cash flow margins are a little bit over 12%. And we've got the return on common equity, total capital, and total assets at over 14%, 45% for return on common equity as well. So very, very strong. And take a look at this. Net income per employee. So profit per employee has gotten better. It's gone from $6,000 to over $11,000. It's almost doubled in efficiencies, right? So profit per employee has almost doubled in the last, on a 5-year basis, 5-year average versus trailing 12-month basis. So very, very strong growth. And this is going to be the earnings per share expectations, which is actually quite high, quite good. $44 expected to grow to $213 per share. So if you do the estimates, we're looking at, let's say, 2024, let's just do $44 for 2023. We're looking at a growth rate of 19% for the company over the next 9 years. And if you go 2028 over here, we're looking at a growth rate of 112.61, 20%. So 20%, I think, is quite reasonable for Chipotle. And considering $44 and the shares outstanding of 27.8, so let's just call it 28 times 44, we're looking at a net income of $1.25 billion. So $1.25 billion, a growth rate of, let's say, 20%. Apply a PE multiple of close to, let's say, 25. We're looking at a discount rate of 12%, 10% margin of safety, and 1% share buyback. I think that's a very, very reasonable assumption there for Chipotle. I think 20% growth rate and a 25 times PE multiple is quite conservative and reasonable. We, of course, arrive at a fair value for Chipotle at $1,500, right? $1,521. And right now it's trading at just over $2,200. And this is going to be that sensitivity grid for Chipotle, considering different growth rates and different PE multiples and where would be the fair value for this company, which I believe, conservatively speaking, is going to be closer to 1,500. Now, the only thing is the valuation. If I apply, let's say, a 50 times multiple, then it could be considered undervalued because the fair value would be at over $3,000. So it really is an idea that it would need to come down on its valuation multiple, right? 50 times earnings is really, really expensive. I'm more than happy at 25, closer to even 26, 27. Current share price 2,200 basically implies that the market right now is expecting a 24% growth rate and giving them a much higher 31, 32 times earnings multiple. Or the market might be expecting, let's say, a 16 to 18% growth rate, let's say 18%, but they're definitely giving them a much higher P multiple of 40, 45 times, right? So that's really where the give and take comes in. And for me personally, I think Chipotle is far more reasonably priced with a 20% growth rate and a 25 times PE multiple for the business as well. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. When it comes to the technical analysis, a very, very nice, consistent uptrend of higher highs and higher lows. The 200 SMA is by far going to be one of the best prices, technically speaking, for us to look into for Chipotle. RSI is coming down, MACD is coming down, so there's no surprise there's more potential downside for this stock here. And a much better support now at the moment is going to be sitting roughly at around $2,159 to $2,160, all the way down to as low as these levels at close to $2,000. And then, of course, we've got that 200 simple moving average and all the way down to some of these levels over here as well for the company, sitting roughly at 1900, 1930. Previous resistance acting as a potential support moving forward for Chipotle. So those right there are going to be a couple levels to watch moving forward for this company. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And what do you think about Chipotle? Are you buying, selling, or holding? What are your thoughts? As always, make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're just joining us for the first time. And again, links to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below if you're interested in joining, and of course, getting access to all the members-only private videos and the 16% annual discount that's also available for a couple more days. So links are going to be down below. As always, happy investing. I'll see you all in the next video.